إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. تفضل شيخ.
All right, assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to another installment of the R2F show. Where tonight it's gonna be pretty informal. We're just gonna do some reactions to um men, some of the just like like a smidgen, a pinch of salt of all the people that have claimed to be whether it's a Mahdi, a Sultan, a prophet, or a messenger, or all these different things that people do to gain status, to gain followers, to take advantage of people, or they just might be sincerely deluded by shaitan and their nafs. So we're just going to cover some of them and just have an open conversation again. Join us in the chat. You're welcome to chat in. And at the end of the show, we will be taking questions. And if anybody wants to call in, you can call in and or just click on the link that we'll put near the end of the show. You can come on the show and ask your question live. Please try to keep it relevant to the topic that we have and keep your question short. So with that, I'm just gonna jump right in. And the first thing that we're gonna show, we're gonna cover this concept of people claiming to be the sixth or the seventh sultan. In Islam, there's people that want status, people that want to claim some kind of power over somebody. There's only a couple ways to do it, right? So you can claim, like a lot of Christian cults or whatever, you have people claiming to be Jesus, reborn again. In Islam, we don't really have that. So you'll have people just make up titles, for instance, like this Sultan thing that has nothing to do with Islam. They'll just make it up and make up some half-cocked story about how it connects to Islam, and then they'll claim to be that person. Also in Islam, you have the Mahdi, which is something that we believe in as Muslims, that a person will come that Allah will use to fight against the Dajjal at the end, near the end times. And you have people who claim to be that. And people even go to the extent of claiming to be messengers. They'll, what's his name? Mirza Ghulam or whatever, the guy that started the Ahmadiyya or Qadiani sect, he claimed to be the Mahdi. We have other people claiming to be Mahdi. They also claim to be messengers as well. Like they'll say, okay, well, there's a last prophet, but there's more messengers, and they'll interpret the Quran. But it's all hogwash. It's all bullcrap. And we're hoping that some of the people that are watching this, whether they are following some made-up concept like the Sultans or following some fake random people claiming to be Mahdis, we want people to see how prevalent this is. Like this is the stuff we have is just come from like a 10-minute search online, and we're just going to show them to you. And this is just like modern times. It's not even like going back. Yeah. So it's going to be a little humorous, but it's really not that humorous because some of these people do gain followers. They do gain a cult following. They lead people from the straight path of Islam, and it's very dangerous. And it actually, as we know, can break up families and all types of things. So go ahead.
And I would if I can just say one thing real quick, is that as we go through, look at two things: the prevalence, how many of them are there? So it's not unique. You think you're a special elite group, or a special, group that is aside from the rest of the Ummah. You are, and that's called a cult. But the thing is, everything that you may be, if you're part of one of these cults, everything that you may be claiming, someone else has already claimed it before. So that's number one, the prevalence. And number two is, why are they not the Mahdi or the seventh Sultan or whatever, and why does that make you the right one? I mean, your arguments will be the same exact arguments that they have. So if your arguments against them are going to be against yourself as well.
Yes. All right, so let me just pull these up so we can have them play. So first one we're going to cover is the sixth Sultan. Not to be confused with the seventh Sultan. Okay? And we'll see that there's even one of these guys there's a little bit of overlap.
Do you want to let the people know what 1 through 5 is, just so that just so they'll know, or because there may be some people that like these sultans. Some of the Mahdi people might not, they might not know. So if you want to give them a quick rundown, 1 through 5, quick top 5.
That's a good. So you talking about the 5 alleged first full sultans?
Yeah, alleged.
Yeah. So for those who don't know about this concept of the sultans, somebody named Bahu, who claimed himself to be a sultan, he made up this concept that there's 7 individuals that are actually walking human manifestations of Allah that Allah has sent down. They were created on accident by Allah, and they were going to be sent down after Rasul to guide mankind. They're always one with Allah. They share his will, they share his power, and it's basically manifestations, right? Made this up. It was only like 300 or 400 years ago that he made this concept up. Has nothing to do with Islam. There's no Quran or Hadith. He just made this up because, again, as we'll talk about, I hope some of these Muhammad Qasim people are listening. He had dreams and visions where Allah was talking to him and told him about these things, right? Mm-hmm. So he claimed that the first of 4 sultans, he said the first one was Fatima, radiallahu anha, the daughter of Rasulullah. He said the second one was Hassan Basri, rahimullah. He said that the third one was Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. He said the fourth one was Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani's son, Abdul Razak. And he said, of course, that he himself was the 5th one. And that the last 2, the 6th and the 7th, were going to be secrets. So these secrets now has opened up a can for people to go ahead throughout the ages, claim that they are the 6th or the 7th and these sorts of things. So we just found some that we're going to cover first, which claim that they are the 6th.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Can I just address one big elephant in the room? So the first 5, the first one is Fatima, radiallahu anha. She happens to be a female. So are we missing something here? She's the first imam, or the first sultan, and she happens to be a female. So she pretty much is the first leader of this so-called group of sultans. Does anyone find that a little suspicious? And she's the only female that made this magical list?
Well, you know why they do that is because we'll see with all these concepts, what they do is they find key big names that they can grab onto that people can identify with. So Fatima, you want to grab Shiites, you want to grab people that have an affinity for Ahl Bayt. Ahl Bayt, after Rasulullah, all Ahl Bayt comes from Fatima, right? So, okay, let's grab her. Let's grab her notoriety. It's basically like, for instance, like say I was trying to start like a personal training like business. So I'm going to be like, I trained Michael Jordan. I know Tom Brady. What's that guy? David Goggins. Like he came to my class. I'm just going to start throwing out all these big names that people are like, oh, wow. You're like that person. Then they actually lose track of the actual concept itself. Because even before you get to that, she's, a woman and these are supposed to be leaders of the Muslims and all that. Rasulullah was alive when she was alive. I believe she lived like 6 months after he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else was alive? Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, her husband Ali.
Right. So come on, y'all. This concept is so bad. It's really poorly designed, but I digress.
And then the thing is, too, before we get into it, you'll see that with all these different things, with these people with the followers, they actually don't even really know about the concept. At all. Like I've been talking to these Muhammad Qasim people. I know more about this. We're going to go ahead and break the ice. I know more about this nigga's dreams than they do. Like you start talking to him and they don't even know what he be dreaming. Like, he's the Mahdi. I believe in his dreams. And you start talking to him about the dreams. Like when we had Mustafa and him on the show, they're listening and they're like, wait, wow. You can tell they're like, wait, what? What are you saying? Mustafa was laughing with us. And it's like, listen, you're claiming that you believe that this is Allah speaking to him. And this you're laughing at what is in this dream. You're literally laughing with us. Like, it's crazy. Crazy. All right, so let's get to the first one. Let me know if you guys can see. Okay, there it goes, pops up. So we're going to talk about the sixth Sultan. And this guy, and by Allah, ya Allah, and I don't know if this is a legit hadith, but maybe we can look it up later. But someone correct me if I'm wrong, or people in the comments, you can do some research. I believe it's a hadith, like you can kind of like look at a person and kind of gauge like whether they're like trustworthy or not. Like you look at their face, and you look at some of these people, and it's like I wouldn't listen to anything you say just by one look at you.
Yeah, it's like Firasa. Firasa is what it's called. I don't know if I'm not exactly sure if there's any hadith that speak about Firasa, but definitely the Sahaba and it's a legit concept. Is even Islamically, like the Sahaba, they talked about it. Umar radiallahu anhu talked about Firasa and like being able to look at a person and know certain things and have a certain get a certain vibe and a feeling from them and know, not necessarily their deeds or whatever, but kind of get an idea if they're a good person or not. Of course, you can't base this, you can't like, okay, look at their face and be like, okay, he needs to get 40 lashes for zina, or well, zina is more than that, but the point is you don't base anything off of your firasa. You just have a feeling, and then you can base your own actions like, okay, I'm not going to do with this dude, I'm not going to do business with him or something like that. But you can't and the reason why I'm going into this is because I was talking to someone the other day and they started talking about firasa and how they have all these different this certain high level of firasa, but it's like you still can't base your aqeedah off of it. You can't base you can't give someone else some sort of Islamic guidance or rulings on it. You can decide to hang out with them or not. You can decide to do business with them or not. You can decide to get married to them or not. You can decide things like that. But as far as saying, well, I know that this person cannot be followed. Like if he is their imam, say he's the leader of a masjid or something like that, say, man, based on my firasa, fire this man. No, you can't. You can't do that. I mean, you can just say I'm not going there, but that's something that you really can't do unless you're the director of the masjid. Then you could be like, all right, you're fired because I don't like the way you look. But other than that, like you can't really force, just like the dreams, you can't force your firasa on
on everybody else.
On anybody else.
Well, here's this guy, Sultan Muhammad Asghar Ali. He probably has the most legit claim to this fake concept of being a sultan because his group has a direct chain going back to Bahu, right? They're the main Sarari Qadri group. His group claimed the sixth sultan, and just a little bit about how they do it so that people can kind of like see the scam is that the ones that are really good at this of making these fake claims, they actually don't make the claim themselves. They'll have someone, whether it's staged or whatever, it's usually staged, they'll have somebody else make the claim for them. So how this guy did, if you do some research into it, they were at one of their events where he's like speaking and they're doing their nasheeds and singing and hulkas and whatever else they start doing at these events. And then one of the top generals, right? One of the top generals comes and he says, I had a dream. Allah came to me and he told me that Muhammad Asghar Ali is the sixth sultan, and everybody's Allahu Akbar or whatever. So he never claimed it. But you look at it, he's like the dude's right-hand man. It's the same thing when you look at like the healings, right? They get people that work with them to come and like, all right, like Jim Jones. I was watching a documentary on Netflix on how to become a cult leader, and he was doing healings. And all the people, some of the people he would heal would be his close right-hand men, right? And he would like go and heal them like from cancer or something, but they never knew they had cancer. Right? It was just like it's like God told me you have cancer, and I'm gonna take it out of you. And what they would do is they would take pieces of chicken, right, and they'd have it in their mouth, and he'd like heal them. Then they would like spit up chicken, like he like withdrew like a tumor from them. And then if anybody from the crowd got too close, they will go run. Someone will go run and then put it back in their mouth and eat it, so no one can like wait, that's chicken. But this is what they do, The next one we have is this guy.
So hold on, if you don't mind, if we go back to the other guy, isn't this the group that the Risala Ruhi, aren't they like the originators of the Risala Ruhi, or not the originators, but the ones in which TMOA got from them? Are these the ones TMOA got them? Yeah,
that's them. Yep, this is the one that we can actually jump to the next one. This is the one. This is the group that they actually do. They publish the Risala Ruhi. They publish all the books. They have all these websites similar to that Muhammad Qasim. They have people out there pushing these products, pushing this message, and
for free.
This sixth Sultan actually went to this sixth Sultans group to learn about the six Sultans. So a good transition. This is the founder, I guess, of TMOA, the Muslims of America. His name was Mubarak Jilani. He has passed away about 2-3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed to be the sixth Sultan, but he learned about the concept while he was studying with this sixth Sultan group.
so let's just try to make this very plain and clear. This guy right here with the green turban on the screen, he claimed to be the sixth Sultan. Yeah. They, on their website, you can find the Risala Ruhi that's watermarked, that has their watermark. Okay, like behind the pages, it has their watermark seal on it. So basically, if you're in TMOA, the second sixth Sultan that we showed, these people may have a copy, a PDF of the Risala Ruhi, and it actually has the other dude's watermark for their group in it. But they're claiming that, so if that is not a red flag enough to be like, okay, clearly this guy right here, Sheikh Said Mubarak Ali Shah Jilani, stole it from the other guy. I mean, it's like, it literally, if I have my, I have a shirt that has embroidered on my, it has my name, Mubarak, right here, and then I see Jafar wearing it. It's like, yo, no, I got this from what? It's like, it has my name on it. How? Yeah. I mean, they don't have their name watermarked into it, and they got the junk like, yeah, this is, like it's something you eat. He stole it from someone else. That should be enough right there. Yeah. Like, oh, wow, okay, the jig is up, but they're still running with it.
Exactly. And then, so that's from Mubarak Jilani. That's from a lot of us that we have our cult experience from. Started a cult, crazy followers, and we're gonna get to the Mahdi people. According to him, he's actually higher status than the Mahdi.
Yep, right? He's God. According to him,
Mahdi. According to him, he's met them. He's predicted when the Mahdi is going to announce himself. He's about 10-15 years overdue, I believe, unless he was actually talking about Muhammad Qasim. Maybe he met him at the the local market or something. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know. But allegedly, the Mahdi is actually going to be more impressed with meeting him than he's going to be with meeting that he was with meeting the Mahdi or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's probably not going too well right now for him.
Well, and I mean, if his status was higher than mine, because we had the video. It's one of the videos on the channel where he's saying, the Mahdi should be asked about me, and his job is harder and higher. He has higher status or whatever. So he's already dead. He croaked. He passed away. Okay, so now what exactly is it that you did to get? Like, what was your job? Because the Mahdi ain't here, and you're dead.
Well, his job was to revive the Deen. He was the Mujaddid of the century, so he was supposed to be bringing true Deen.
Sure, he was.
To the world.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's
it was an unfortunate turn of events. Allah went on ahead and gripped his soul up real quick. I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong.
He got reproduced.
Man. He told him real quick.
But I'm not done my work. You're done, buddy. Get out of here.
You're cooked. Actually, you're cooked.
Enough.
But seriously, it's like if whatever it was, because they were saying he was meeting with the Mahdi, and he was like basically like he was almost like coaching him up or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're like, it just like, what happened? Like, did you get like replaced? Did they replace someone else with you? Was it the other dude? I mean, I don't know what happened.
Let's keep it flat. So basically, the story that they want all of us to believe is Mubarak Galani, right here, who went on ahead and kicked the bucket some years ago. They want us to believe that he was actually in talks with Muhammad Qasim. He was actually raising Muhammad Qasim and breastfeeding him. Not breastfeeding him, but just rearing him up and stuff like that.
Well.
So basically, Muhammad Qasim is his underling. This is
his protege.
I mean, if you patch it all together,
not just Muhammad Qasim. We got like maybe all the Mahdis was coming to him for training.
Maybe he had a whole little Padawan type academy or whatever, and he's trying to figure out which one. He's got a bunch of candidates that he's coaching up or whatever. I don't know what he was coaching them up on. Was he coaching them up on Quran, Hifz or something?
Absolutely not.
I mean, it definitely wasn't fitness. It wasn't discipline. It wasn't anything like that. So I don't know what it could have been that he was coaching them up on, because I mean he really didn't have anything. But I wonder
if I'm sorry, anybody from Pakistan.
I was about to say
y'all be tripping. Y'all be tripping. Okay, all these dudes come from Pakistan, right? So it's 90% of these fake charlatans come from y'all, the cult capital of the world. All right. So I want how here in Africa, here in America, you go to work. There's another African American brother. Y'all don't know each other, but y'all give y'all the there's the look
head nod.
Yeah. I wonder if these cult charlatan fake dudes be in Pakistan, walk around the market, and they can recognize each other, and they give each other the
Hey, listen, but I bet you, if we could try to do some research, but I don't know that I have ever seen a charlatan sheikh refute and call out another charlatan sheikh. They might say, oh, well, I'm better than him, or I got a higher level, or I'm, some weird stuff like that. But they'll be I've never seen one be yo, that one there is a fraud. He's a liar. He's a charlatan.
That's actually a good point you bring up, Mubarak. A real good point, because basically, if someone was impersonating me, you know what I mean? I know that I'm Hussein Haq, the real Hussein Haq. So if someone had my birth date, my social, you know what I mean, they plagiarizing my stuff, I'm going to fiercely defend my position, because I know that that's a fraud. So it's almost as if they're in some type of cahoots, and they got this little clubhouse, this little secret clubhouse thing to meet up and okay, you're gonna take this region, you're gonna take this area.
You know what it's like? It's like
you're gonna do this and that.
It's like this. It's like me and Hussein both pretending to be Amr. We're pretending to be Amr, and we're pulling it off. We're going to his job, be I'm talking to him. Oh man, hello, Amr.
You're close enough.
Hussein is going to school and he's being Amr, but then when we cross paths, we yo, hey, I'm Amr. How are you? And I'm oh. We both know that hey, you're not Amr. I'm all right, we know what we're doing. Let's just
go ahead.
So that's what they're doing. They're never going to call too much attention to the other charlatan.
We actually have that, because when we contacted these people, you see this little green button down here, you can click it and take Bayat right to them right now if you want. You can contact these people.
You got to put out a disclaimer. Because some people from TMOA might jump ship and actually take it out there.
It'll actually be better for them, because they don't actually have any upfront money requirements. So you're going to save at least 10% of your income by making the switch.
Yeah.
So, but for real, we talked to them and they're he's not. We know about him. And it's okay, why aren't y'all putting something out? Y'all got all these websites, you know about him, you say he's fake privately, but you don't put anything out there publicly. And we're they try to play some pious Sufi, we're gonna stay back and not get involved in fitna. What?
I mean, how you got 20 people all claiming to be the Sultan, and none of them is saying, yo, at least one be yo, that dude over there, he's not the Sultan. I don't know about the other 19. I know I'm one.
I know he might not be one, but you're definitely that one. It's you know how freaking Toman, they have like zones. So like if you're coaching on my zone, bro, this is my territory, all right? You can't go on west side, all right? You stay on the east side.
They could have even done it a little bit cleaner. Literally just keep going up with the numbers. I mean, if you run out on the 7th Sultan, I'm the 9th Sultan. It'll be like,
because have a dream.
You don't have any type of overlay or overstep with the fraud. You can just be like, no, I'm the 13th Sultan. No, my lineage is
because I had a dream that so and so God told me is actually 9 of us, and I'm not.
Right. Yeah. So, just to keep on fighting back and forth over the 6 and 7, I think it's just ridiculous. To be honest.
You know what it reminds me of is Amr posted this video. The dude that went and he lied on his resume and said he could speak Arabic.
Yep.
And he was like, and then they called the other dude that could speak Arabic, and they were just reciting the so they class to each other. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know. Here's another one. Fakir Nur Muhammad Sarari Qadri, whatever. This is just another one. He's older, obviously, because look at his picture. Like, he's long gone. So he must have claimed the 6th Sultan before all these dudes.
So we got it. We got another Sultan, a dead one. He's a dead one. It's not. You're not unique. Your individual cult claiming the Sultan. Your Sultan is going to die, and then it'll be someone else popped up. Whatever he was claiming is not going to happen. His little mission and all this. He's just going to be a dead person. There's going to be people in your group because I don't know if we're going to get to it or not, but some other groups they got like 2 or 3 people all claiming to be the 7th. The daddy claimed to be the 7th, and the son is like, no, my daddy really wasn't the 7th. Now that he's dead, I'm actually the 7th.
That's my name.
It's me.
Come on. Oh man, we got this guy.
Look at the website though. Over here, pristine. Hold on.
He got the Arabic, the Urdu, the English. Okay.
This is what's his name? It's this guy right here, Riaz, whatever his name. This guy.
The Pakistanis are so unserious, but this just
so this one's a good transition. We'll transition off this guy because half the sources say that he's the 6th Sultan, then the other half of his sources say he's the 7th Sultan.
Dang.
So somewhere along in their group, they messed up the count. And they're like, all right, or they split. I don't know what's going on, but.
I mean, can the 6 become the 7th? I mean, is that even a thing?
Probably,
it's like Super Mario back in the day. Just he got a mushroom.
It changed sizes. Like, I'm the 7th now. Nah. I mean, listen.
They're always talking about the Mahdi, end times, because this is the stuff that captivates people. Even in Christianity, they're like these weird cults that spring up. They're always talking about the end days, the end times, and because it captivates a lot of people, right? So,
and the thing is, the talking about the end times it is similar to people who go and try to read their horoscopes or go to psychics or whatever. Similar, because they're so infatuated with the end times because they want to have some sort of leg up on what's going to happen. They want to know what's going to happen, and it gives them this feeling of, we know the Mahdi, we know who it is. Because think about this. If you know exactly who the Mahdi is, you have a huge leg up. If you're right. You're not, but if you're right, you know that within this person's lifetime, if he's 50 years old, I mean, we don't know. There's no authentic exact age of the Mahdi or whatever. But the point is, if you say, well, we've confirmed this dude is a Mahdi, and you're younger than him, or you're his same age, or even if you're older than him, you know that you'll have a good idea of some events that's going to happen in your lifetime, in his lifetime, that you're not going to have to wonder or worry. You know the end times is coming. Instead of saying, well, some of the signs are here, some of the minor signs, you're looking at different things. Instead, you just follow this dude around or pay attention to him. Certain stuff that's happening, you can be good, or you can, then start to practice or whatever it might be. You ain't really got to worry that much. I mean, you might die before that, but this is the same thing. These people who go to read their horoscope, they're in this kufr, by the way. You can't read your horoscope. If you read your horoscope, if you do it just for fun, your salats are not accepted for 40 days. And if you do it for if you're really really do it purposely, then it's kufr, re-enter Islam. But the point is, people do this, and they go to these soothsayers, and they do these different things because they want some sort of control over their destiny, over their future. You're not gonna have it. So forcing these Mahdis into these certain situations because you just want to have some control, it's just not the right way to go.
All right, what do y'all think? Do y'all think it's more so predicated off of money, status? Do these people actually believe what they're saying? I mean, what are we leaning towards here? Because there could be a number of reasons why these people do this stuff.
No, the people claiming to be the Mahdi is money and or status. Probably both. There's some way they're making money. Maybe the person claiming it or letting people. I mean, because listen, if someone was coming up to you and be like, man, I mean, because okay, all of us play basketball at some one point in time. You know, maybe we're over the hill now, but still, we play basketball. If everybody was saying, man, you are the best player. You're the best. Nobody's better than you. They kept telling you that. I mean, and everywhere you went, people asking for autographs or whatever the case may be. You're gonna feel a certain way. First, you're gonna think, I'm really not that nice. But eventually, you're like, well, I mean, I like what's coming with it, so you might roll with it. So these people that are being pointed out as the Mahdi, they might have that going on, where people see, okay, there's some characteristics, but those people behind them, these little handlers and stuff, these people are trying to make money because they're not getting the clout. They're trying to get some sort of financial or worldly gain out of it. That's the only reason. Because they're not the Mahdi. No one's saying, hey, yo, so-and-so handler number 7, who you got to get through to talk to him or whatever, who basically is, I mean, what are they doing it for? You know, there's some financial gain somewhere.
You'll see that when you look at any cults, and it's the same whether you're talking about Islamic cults, Christian cults, new religion cults, whatever, right? There's common reasons why people do this stuff. And it all boils down to like money, power, status. Right, that's what it all boils down to, and they all of them interconnected somehow. So we don't know what their main thing is, but the bottom line is that they're narcissistic, and they like so. If you get status and power, money is going to eventually fall in, and this is what like we look at the Muhammad Qasim cult. You can see that this is what they're doing because we talk to them right while they're doing our interview. They're like, no one gives money. You had people in the chat like, yeah, I give money all the time. Right? We asked them, are you guys monetized on YouTube? Oh, no, we're not monetized. Go click on their videos. Commercials pop all up. They're monetized. Right? I found another website. And I was like, oh, this might be part of the scam too. There was another website I see they was promoting. I go to click on it. All types of security warnings popped up like they're about to steal your information. Yeah, it's like, do you want to go further? Hell no, I ain't getting my, you know what I mean?
And they have several. I've come across at least probably 7 or 8 different Muhammad Qasim supporting channels where they're putting out quality videos. They're putting out high. They're putting out some pretty nice videos. And it's a bunch of different channels. They might not, all of them don't have a lot of subscribers. It's like, how is all of y'all doing this? I'm sure we haven't come across all of them, but it's like, you can't tell me that people are just, I mean, randomly doing this just because they just woke up one day and felt inspired. I mean, people don't even look, you know, do you have people just randomly putting up videos about any of the Sahaba or, you know, people don't really necessarily do this. I mean, people might admire it. You have certain channels that put out, you know, Islamic content, but just a random from Pakistan, you got people all over the place, you know, putting up new things.
So
it's a media blitz. It's a blitz. It's a media blitz. They're just trying to push it out there, see what type of people they can pull in, and then the more people you have, it's just like an email, like how you do email marketing, right? The more people you have, everybody ain't going to click on the email or even read it or whatever, but the few people that do, that's a way to generate, you know, income.
That's why they have all these bots there, because every comment you see on YouTube from the well, not all of them, but 99% of them is, my name is Fulan so and so. I am from this place, and I believe I'm Qasim's dreams. And it has freaking 10 likes. It has 1 million comments saying all the same stuff. If you freaking respond to them, it's just quiet, and then just one guy. Nah, he is Mahdi. Like, bro, all right.
Because the thing is, it's like, what type of response is that? Like, if I say, yo, this dude is not the Mahdi, he doesn't pray, we don't have to follow his dreams. That's a dream, following the dreams of a person. If Allah's giving a person dreams, that means they're a messenger. If Allah is commanding them to have the people follow them, XYZ, we can bring all this down, and your response is, I'm Fulan, I believe in Muhammad Qasim's dreams. That's your response? That it doesn't even fit. Like, is it a conversation we're having, or what are you even saying? It's just a bot. It's a bot response. You know, I believe in Muhammad Qasim's dreams. Only a fool is going to read that in the chat and be like, "Oh, me too." Now, I mean, a bot in the chat said that. Now I believe too. I mean,
it's always like Mary 1 2 3 4 5, John 2 6 7 8.
Yeah, like it's a very obvious bot account, and like I watched the whole like YouTube documentary on freaking like the Indian bot schemes they have going on YouTube. Where like, because there's like 1 billion people in India, they can just like bot accounts over there, and it's just like free. So they just have bots running just at all times. They're botting viewers. Like Muhammad Qasim has a video with like 12 million viewers. Where are they at? You know,
12 million viewers, and there's like 20 comments.
Yeah, it's like bro, it's obvious as hell. Like, you're not fooling anyone.
So and then like they got to ask themselves, they got to ask themselves, if this was really true, right? If this was really the truth, why do y'all have to resort to using bots, fake accounts,
deep fakes,
slandering scholars, using AI videos and all this stuff, right? If this was the truth, you wouldn't have to resort to these tactics to try to get people to follow you. People that are Muslim would obviously like look at it like, oh yeah, this is true.
And not only that, if this was the truth, Allah subhanahu would take care of everything else. You really wouldn't even need to do anything. But you know what I mean, acknowledge that this is the truth and get in line. But we know it's not the truth. I have a question though. Why what on the planet Earth is going on with Pakistan? What is going on with these people? I mean, seriously, this is getting ridiculous.
It goes deep into their culture even before Islam was even there.
Do they have some type of superiority complex or something? Like, what's wrong with these people?
Nah, they have an inferiority complex in reality. Like, they wanted those.
You know what? A friend of mine who's Pakistani, he was on the show, on the old show before we got our channel. Okay, so brother was on our show, but I asked him one day because I was kind of clowning. I was like, man, listen, no offense, bro. I mean, I love you, but why your people always like doing something wacky? I mean, they coming out of the woodwork with Mahdi and Sultan claims, and you got all these Sufi peers and all this stuff. I mean, it's like everywhere, every corner. He said, well, there's a couple things. Number one, the people are ignorant. It's a Muslim country, quote unquote, but the people are really ignorant of Islam. Like, you have people that just culturally, just like we have cultural Christians, right?
Yeah.
They might celebrate Christmas or whatever, Thanksgiving, these little holidays or whatever, but for the most part, they're not really adhering to any Christianity. Right? I mean, they're not like looking to the Bible to figure out what they should do. Similarly, a lot of people in Pakistan are based off culture. So as far as Islam and the do's and the don'ts and Aqidah and really, really understanding, it's a lot of people that are completely ignorant.
Yeah.
So he said that. He said also the problem is exacerbated by the government makes money off of these Sufi sheikh shrines and stuff. So they have a minister. They have a minister of shrines or whatever. They have a whole department that basically regulates and making sure that you can set up a shrine. I mean, Hussein Haq can make the Hussein Haq shrine in Pakistan. Pay the money, get your permit, and make sure that your whatever fees are generated, there's some sort of formula where you're getting some sort of income from the shrine. Some of that goes to the government, and they will support you, give you the permits, and let you do it. So you could be saying that you are the 6th, 7th, 100th Sultan, whatever. They don't give a rip what you tell the people. And then you have people that go there, they put their donations, they ask for, they're making dua there. They think if they pray there is something special and all these things. So
was this the inspiration behind Mubarak Galani's tomb getting put up there?
Absolutely.
His family is like, how we have like the Rockefellers and the Kennedys, like different families that like this, the Hiltons, like this was their family business, and it goes from generation to generation. He comes from a family, what their family business was the shrine business. And so it was like, okay, what he did was very smart business wise. is he stepped out, got his own cult, and now they're going to continue their own shrine business that they're going to hand down to their sons and their grandsons, and they're going to keep it going.
Think about how they do in this country. Like, think about it compared to like I don't know if y'all states y'all have like the state lottery, but in Tennessee we got the state lottery, and you have people. Some rich people, a lot of poor people play the lottery, but even people with money. I mean, people at my job, I mean, they got plenty of money. They might just play the lottery just for fun. I mean, so to me, it's like you have a lot of people that, you know, on a Friday afternoon after Juma, they say, hey, let's go over to the shrine or whatever and just, you know, get some food or whatever, make a little dua. It's like the lottery. Maybe it'll come to you or whatever. That's, you know, or before people get married, they will go to the shrine. Put a little put a little food down there, a little money or whatever, and XYZ, make it do it, take some pictures or whatever, and then bounce. So so it's a thing like that. Like if we look at the lottery, how people just play the lottery, the lotto, state lotteries. I mean, sometimes the Powerball is like $800, $900 million or whatever. It's like there's money flowing into that. So similarly, you have poor people who think if I just make a dua at the shrine, I only got $10, but if I give $3 at this shrine or whatever, or maybe I'll give $9 at this shrine, then maybe I heard a Sufi sheikh said, then Allah will multiply. Maybe I'll get 90. So their people are paying money. They're leaving food or whatever. I mean, they might be even taking that food and then parlaying that food into selling it or repackaging it. Or who knows what they're doing? But the point is, these shrines are cash cows for whoever has the funding. If you can build a nice looking shrine, you build a nice looking jom. These people will come from all around. I mean, you might say these poor people might have 10 rupees or whatever, but
it adds up.
If if 10,000 people come and give their 10 rupees, I mean, you got, whatever that adds up to. So this is the thing. So there's a lot of ignorance there. And then it's put in with that human nature of just trying to get a shortcut, thinking, oh man, I'll get a shortcut, or just doing it for fun. Or some people some people play the lottery religiously. Every time they get paid, they go and get a certain amount of lottery tickets. They're going to do it. Similarly, in Pakistan, these dudes are going to go to the shrine, throw their money in. So now when you have these Mahdi claims and these 6 Sultan, 7 Sultan claims, this is like the lotto on steroids. All I got to do is stick to this dude or this group or whatever, and I win. I mean, they're like, I'm not playing that jump.
Y'all remember that movie? It was a Slumdog Millionaire? Yeah. When he was a kid and he was making such an effort to go get to the shrine. He wasn't even Muslim. But it was like a special day that like you have to make your duas on this day, and everybody was crowding. He was trying so hard to get there to throw like his dollar in like the little wishing well thing to make his dua. That's really legit. Like that's what they do. There was a study that I found where the government actually looked into, because basically they're like, oh wait, let's look into it to see how much money we can get, and they did a study. And you think about it, like when you talk about, for instance, like a poor person over in Pakistan, they might have hardly no money at all, and they might put a rupee in there. But we forget there's so many people over there that when they're putting like 1 or 2, like, and they broke it down to how much like per year these people put based on their income levels. There's even like it's part of their economy. Like, you know how we export weapons, like that's part of our economy. Like and like, Saudi Arabia, their economy is like oil. Their economy is the shrine business. If they actually like got rid of it, their economy would collapse.
Yep.
So when you talk about like, Pakistan's, like you hear these, like even these the Muhammad Qasim cult, they're like, oh, in Pakistan you can't do this stuff. They're really hard on shirk and this and that. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're a Muslim country, but they got shirk rampant everywhere. It's part of their business. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's in their culture. It's deep rooted, and that's to answer your question. That's where it all comes from. It's part of like their culture, right? That's just what it is.
And so if you try to get people to stop gambling, like here in this country, if you try to get people to stop gambling or whatever, they have to be going to be like, some people might be like, yeah, I know. They might know gambling is bad. Some people just don't. I mean, they think it's fine. But I mean, if you look at a person who goes to a shrine and tries to make a dua at a shrine, hoping for a miracle, right?
Yep.
Don't you see how it would be much easier for this person to take up and follow a person who's saying, oh, yeah, I get dreams and Allah talks directly to me. I converse with Allah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to a shrine hoping. I mean, they got a real dude sitting there talking about it. Yeah, it'd be easy for that person to make the transition and to actually, I mean, like there's no real, they don't see any harm in it. They're like, well, I'm already going to a shrine and doing some shirky business anyway. This ain't far from there anyway. So that's how they get there.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the seventh Sultan, and we're gonna go right to the son of the alleged sixth Sultan of TMOA. He's right here in the middle.
It's all in the family.
The name is Noor Jalani, and he's the alleged seventh Sultan, and from some reports, also the Mahdi. So, Muhammad Qasim, he's got a leg up on you because he's a seventh Sultan and possibly the Mahdi. So.
And also, he has dreams too. Don't forget, listen, his family comes from a long line of dreamers. His brothers dreamed too. His mother dreamed too. That the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came to her directly, all right, and said, "You're Ahlul Bayt." All right, so listen.
Yeah. So he's
So
he has Ahlul Bayt on both sides. His daddy allegedly Ahlul Bayt, and his mother via
honorary.
Let's circle him. Let's make sure he's clearly identified for the audience. We want to make sure.
In the red turban.
Yes. We're in the red turban, right in the middle. I can't zoom any further, but that's him in the middle with not the one with the Christmas tree scarf, the one right in the middle with the maroon turban.
That's his uncle, all right? That's his uncle to the left. Yes.
That's it.
Honorable K2 Sahab.
And this he again, and these people, it's all the same. He's supposedly the leader, the most holy, righteous person on earth right now. He's actually the manifestation of Allah on earth. And what does he do for his free time? Listens to reggae.
Tells folks not to pursue higher knowledge in Islam.
Do we got any pictures or clips we can
I didn't take the time to pull up his Instagram. I mean, but if anybody wants to do it,
that's a wild young boy, man. He just going and saying any old. I ain't even gonna cap.
He's a bachelor. He's a bachelor. Maybe that's the theme.
Maybe. Hey, listen, man. That might be a thing because, like I said, some of these people that will allow people to make them accept being or not stop people from claiming that they're the Mahdi. Like someone who already has a certain amount of just self-respect in and of themselves. Like they have a certain, decency about them. They're not really going to go there. I think it's a certain type of personality, I think, that falls for this. They know themselves, but they're a little bit awkward. Maybe they're a little bit, and they're a little bit, they want to be liked, and maybe they're not as eloquent or as, all these different things as another person. And they see this as a way for them, instead of being kind of I don't know if a nerd is the right word, but they're kind of just not quite that dude.
Social maybe, or socially awkward.
Yeah, socially awkward. And so now it's like, you don't have to, you want to be the man, right? You want to be the man. And so this is a way that you can be the man. And other people are saying all these very eloquent and powerful things about you. And then you can kind of use your lack of charisma as, well, I'm just a humble guy or whatever. Because Muhammad Qasim has zero. I'm talking about zero charisma whatsoever. I mean, he is flat, just completely, there's nothing inspiring about him. But other people, I mean, they're going all over the top about how he's this, or his dreams, and they're going in on his dreams and how he's a Mahdi, and they're making the argument for him.
I got a
because
question.
He couldn't even do it himself.
I got a question. Okay, so the real Imam Mahdi, will he be married? Will he be able to get married? What's his position or status right there? Because any of these alleged Mahdis, I mean, if they get married or if they start having kids, does that nullify them, or how does that go? I mean, what's
I don't think there's, Mubarak can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's enough detail to, like, there's certain hadiths that we have that kind of give indications of, to basically, once the Imam Mahdi comes, we'll be able to verify it with those hadiths. But as far as like knowing all those details, I don't think we know all those details, and this is what people that claim this use. They use the ambiguity of the hadiths and the room to play. Like to say he comes from the east, so now anywhere east of Saudi Arabia is fair game to claim that I'm the Mahdi, right? Stuff like that. Oh, he's gonna have the same. He's gonna have a name the same or like mine. So now any name that they could claim or make a case for, it's like Rasul Sallallahu name. Now that's fair game. So that's what they play with, and Allah left it like that for a reason, because we're not supposed to be. Our deen is not focusing on identifying who the Mahdi is. That's not what our religion is about. Rasul gave it's just like we're not supposed to be like. There's a very like I'll give you an example. The hadith about one of the signs of the end times that people with bare feet will compete in building buildings, right? We are pretty sure that like that sign came true, because you have people that were out in the desert, Dubai and other places where they're getting immigrants coming in there literally like bare feet or in sandals stuff. Actually, we're going to build the biggest building in the world. So we think like, oh, that's the actual sign. However, it might not be. In the future, sometime they might actually have like a world competition to see which barefoot people can build the tallest building. And we're like, well, that actually fits more than the last one we had, and we keep having that every era after, even going back to Rasul Sallallahu, they thought they were the like last generation, because of the signs they saw, going all the way back to Rasul Sallallahu. The point is, and we have so many ayats in the Holy Quran that if you even like go to the last juice and read the surahs, how many times like Allah says, what are they arguing about? What are they disputing about? Who they don't know about this. Rasulullah doesn't know about this. The information, the knowledge is with Allah, and that's what we as Muslims we say it's with Allah. We know it's true. We know it's going to happen, and then we focus on the things that Allah commanded us to do and commanded us to stay away from. He didn't command us, go out and look at the signs and try to figure out when the last day is.
Well, the reason why I'm really saying that is because this could go on forever. What we're talking about could not really forever, but it can go on, it can go on, for a quite long time. Will we ever get to a point? I mean, I'm just talking about Muslims in general. Will we ever get to a point where we can actually definitively recognize these things and situations? I mean, is that a possibility? I'm not even playing devil's advocate. I'm just asking,
recognize it as false or recognize it as true.
Recognize it as true.
Yeah, like there's
absolutely.
Mubarak mentioned one. Go ahead, Mubarak. Like you mentioned on the last show when we were talking about this.
Like what did I mention?
Like the Mahdi, like when the earth swallows up.
How would you be able to? How would you be like, okay, this is the Imam Mahdi. This is him. Maybe it's probably not going to be in our time, but maybe it's in
Well, I would say number one, we definitely can recognize it, and when we do, there's not going to be no doubt about it. So right now,
I heard a lot of people. I heard some scholars or some YouTubers talking about a lot of people's going to get fooled. I'm talking about they're going to get
because a lot of people will get fooled by ad-Dajjal, Masih ad-Dajjal, the fake, the Antichrist, or the fake or the Dajjal. Okay, because this very thing where people are easily fooled. They don't understand, and they're not adhering to the Quran and the Sunnah. And so you got people that are saying they have dreams. What about a person who not in dreams is actually doing actual miracles with his hands? What do you see? He like the Dajjal is going to come, and there's going to be barren land, and he's going to say for it to grow, and it's going to grow and produce crops. In other land, he's going to be able to say, basically by the wave of his hand, and like mountains of food and provision thing is going to follow him around. And whoever agrees with what he's saying, they're going to get fed, and the people who are not, they're going to be poor. The thing is that he's going to forget about dreams. He's going to be doing stuff that you can see with your own eyes, and he's saying, you're going to be telling people that he's Allah, and you're going to be, I'm not saying you, but people will be thinking he's got to be. These type of people who's falling for dreams from a rando these are the type of people that will, when ad-Dajjal is coming and he's saying, I'm Allah, I'm doing this, and worship me, and they think, well, it's got to be Allah. He's here to save us. We went through all this, because the times are going to be tough, and it's going to be a situation where people are going to fall. Even Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us, he said that if you come face to face with ad-Dajjal, run away. Don't try to say that you're gonna, my man is gonna be strong. No, he said, get out of there. Run, go, flee. Don't even try to be like, well, I know the Quran, I know the Sunnah, I know all the hadith, I know he's coming, and I'm gonna be ready. No, because a lot of look at what people's doing now. They're falling for random sultans and made up stuff, and they're falling for. Yep. I mean, you got lots of people who are falling for these things. So for the general population, look at the people that are fooled.
Yeah.
So perhaps, hopefully, maybe we could say to ourselves, man, we've seen so many charlatans so much, we wouldn't be fooled. But it's still on us to follow the hadith. If we come face to face and say, yo, the Dajjal is in Binghamton right now. Jaffer, get
out, bro.
Just get out there. Get out.
Who got a room open?
Don't be like, yo, I'm taking my camera down there.
I'm gonna debate him.
This gonna be the greatest R2F show ever.
Get out of there, Jaffer.
That's a good point.
I wasn't really referring to the Dajjal. I was referring to the Imam Mahdi.
Yeah, but it's all tied in. It's all tied in because the thing is, these people are claiming to be the Mahdi based on, they're able to claim it because people are tying these weak and ambiguous hopes and dreams to a person. Like, what benefit does it do a person to recognize who the Mahdi is years in advance? I mean, there's actually no benefit.
Yep.
You're not going to, there's not some sort of reward that Allah is going to give you because the Mahdi is no one. He's not known.
Yep.
The Mahdi is not known. He could be walking around. He could be pushing carts at Walmart right now. You don't know who it is. He's not anyone. And so he's not going to be rectified and not going to be the Mahdi, according to Hadith, until Allah rectifies him in one night. So whatever you're doing before that, you don't know. You're actually guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so you don't know. You can't base it on anything definitive. You're hoping. It's actually a gamble. That's what I talked about, like with the lottery. This is what these people are doing.
Yeah.
They're gambling, thinking, they say, well, it has to be someone. The Mahdi has to be somebody. I'm going to take the gamble. I'm going to play the lottery. I'm going to see if this is him. I mean, I've seen these dreams and signs or whatever you could do, but there's plenty of people who have had all these type of signs before, and people have been very convinced, and they were dead wrong. People died over it. People are still in jail today over it. But that's the thing. These people can, like, you rarely will see people. I don't see not nearly as much people claiming to be Isa bin Maryam.
Yeah.
Why? Because the hadith is very clear that he's going to descend down from the heavens. Ain't nobody walking around on the earth right now talking about, where'd you come from? I saw you yesterday at Kroger or at the grocery store. You're not Isa, you know.
Well, you'll see what the ones that do that though, like the Qadiani guy, they make the crazier claims after they got the people like roped in on the lesser ones. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, okay, they're gonna believe anything I say now. Just like we look at the cult of Mubarak Jelani, right? TMOA. And when like you say that, like people are probably listening to you like that is like, do you imagine yourself? I just can't imagine myself believing some human being is gonna be Allah because I'm a Muslim and I know that. But you look at all the TMOA members, that's actually y'all creed. That's actually y'all belief that there's 7 Allahs that been walking around the earth. Y'all have been fooled by someone's book. Like and Mubarak said, and I don't want the people to miss it, is that if you've been fooled by someone's book, someone's dream, people claiming they seen someone move the moon or whatever other, remove jinns and all these other miracles, what are you going to do when someone's killing people and putting them back together and making them rise from the dead and all these other different things that the Dajjal, you're obviously
or bringing your parents and grandparents back to life.
Yeah,
you know, having not actually, but where you can believe it. Like literally, one of the hadith talks about how he's going to have people really think, yo, your grandfather passed away or whatever. You knew what he looked like or whatever. He's gonna have I believe it's shayateens to emulate them. But the point is that he's gonna have you thinking that you're talking to your father, who you haven't seen in 25 years or whatever the case may be. And because, and this is one of the things why Rasulullah says, flee, get out of there.
Yeah.
But you got people, how is a person who can't distinguish a dream from a person, saying that they're Mahdi, from a person who might be standing in front of them saying, here goes your parents, go ahead and talk to them. And you're like, oh, mommy, daddy, I haven't seen you in so long. Wow. And you're trying to catch up. Now they're going to be 100% convinced. This has to be Allah. Allah is the only one who can bring people back to life or whatever the case may be. And they're going to be in it, hook, line, and sinker. I mean, this is how, if you're wondering, how is most of the world going to follow at Dajjal? Muslims, Christians, Jews, even Muslims. Yes, the hadith says that the people would have to chain. Some of the Muslims, the men would have to chain. Hey, no offense against a woman. This is a hadith. No, it's not me. They say they would have to chain their women in a house to keep them from running out and following a Dajjal.
Wow.
To keep them from running out and doing that. How is that? Because you got people that are falling for much lesser foolery. Mm-hmm. I mean, stuff that's like, it's like you falling for some low level junk.
Yep.
You know, believing something is real. Now, remember back in the day, like the type of animation they had, where it was like, wow, that don't even look like it. I mean, you know, that's a clay junk. Nowadays, they can do stuff that looks extremely real. The deep fakes and all that stuff.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's like that, man. So you got it's kind of sad actually, and it's very troubling to see where people literally are falling for some low basic level Islam 101 stuff, and they're tripping and falling over like the first grade level.
Yeah.
I mean, Dajjal, I mean, some of these people got no chance whatsoever.
And the best way to prepare for all this, to kind of get to like what Hussein was talking about, like, is there going to wait? We're going to know. The best way we can prepare for recognizing the Mahdi, recognizing the Dajjal, is to be the best Muslims we can be in joining what Allah has commanded us to do and staying away from what he's forbid. Because there's other hadiths like Allah is going to bless certain Muslims with seeing, recognizing, just looking at the Dajjal, like, oh, that's him. It's like written on his face. We're going to be... That's not something you're going to be able to plan, strategize, and no, that's all just Allah blessing with you a certain guidance. It's going to be the same thing for the Mahdi. So anybody is distracted by trying to, like Mubarak said, gamble and trying to figure out and trying to like crack the code of figuring out the Mahdi, they just been deluded by Shaitan. Shaitan found something that is basically, I'm going to take them away from what is one of the tricks of Shaitan, what is more beneficial to them, and get them concentrating on stuff that's actually not going to bring them any benefit and actually lead them away from the straight path. You know, and it's real clear. And one of the things that we have to also understand too, with the whole concept of the Mahdi and the Dajjal, is when you just read like beginner stuff on this, there's going to be a bunch of mini Dajjals throughout time, a bunch of mini Dajjals that come and mislead people in similar fashions, like that the Dajjal, when he comes, is going to be. And you see this now. You got a person literally telling people, I speak to Allah in my dreams. These people aren't in the dreams with him. They're not like recorded or anything. And they're believing these people, like just off the basis of that. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
No joking. This has to be one of the most lucrative businesses out there right now. Mm-hmm. I'm about ready to get me a Sultan or a Mahdi. Well, let me just go for a year real quick, make this bread, and you know what I mean?
We're black, so you're not going to get the amount of supporters that you're going to get. You got to get some Pakistani people to make videos for you.
Yeah, exactly.
AI deep fakes.
I mean, this joint got to be crazy lucrative because everybody coming out the woodwork with this joint.
Well, here's another 7 Sultan right here.
He's he's kind of old.
I'm about to say he's about to kick the bucket soon.
Right.
Kind of old, but he got the beard. His beard game is
immaculate.
Strong.
Yeah.
I'm questioning this color combination though. I'm questioning this joint.
Oh man, so there's another Sultan, Murshid Hajrat Sultan Muhammad Rafiq Al Qadri Surari Uwaisi Sultani Hajrat Abdul Ibn. I mean, come on, man.
God damn.
You gotta put more on his name. You gotta click more. Like you can't even see his whole name.
Where's it say that though?
So like we said, just keep in mind for all these sultaners.
He might be that guy. He got the longest name. He might be that dude.
Yeah. Why is he not the 7th Sultan? And our Bob Marley listening to our reggae, the 7th Sultan of TMOA. Why is he the 7th Sultan? Really the 7th Sultan, and this dude ain't?
Yeah.
I mean, why? What's the difference?
Or this guy.
Whoa.
He's just a humble man. He's look at him just sitting there, just it's I don't want to say it's an act. I don't know this dude, but if he's claiming to be the 7th Sultan, he's nothing different than all the rest of them. Either he's extremely ignorant. an opportunist trying to make some money, or he's a 100% deviant, which a lot of them.
Well, this was 20 million years ago, so I imagine he's probably dealing with the same situation as Mubarak Galani right now.
Like I said, let me just reiterate real quick. Why is this seventh Sultan not the one? Because there's only one.
Yeah.
And your seventh Sultan is the one.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Well, this must be just in. Maybe we'll get time. Elon Musk, he's here in the corner. Elon Musk leaked tweets about the Mahdi.
Okay, no. Listen, I say this all the time. The Pakistanis are so unserious, but there is no way. Y'all using non-Muslims to verify your Mahdi claims? That's what your Negroes have going on.
Oh man. My God. All right, so now we're into the Mahdi. Okay?
Oh yeah, I remember this.
All right, so here's one. This is Ustad Abu Taymiyyah, and you'll see this. We'll start off with this one because, oh gosh, ya Allah, please guide this lady. And she probably has, I don't want to make too much fun of some of these people because 99% of them probably have some kind of mental illness. So we're gonna try to keep. I'm gonna try to for some of them, but some of them I'm not gonna be able to help it.
Hey, listen, even the most latest one, even the latest one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. No sound.
There's no sound. You can't hear sound.
Yeah, there's no sound. But
all right, hold on. Let me try to do this again.
In that video, she's standing there next to Abu Taymiyyah, right? And he's speaking, and she said, "I'm Mahdi," and this sister comes and tackles her basically out the frame. It's like her
drug her off.
Here we go.
Get out of here.
I got it now. All right.
Brothers, please let me finish.
Hey,
I don't know. She had a little conviction in her voice, man. She might have meant that joint for real.
I believe her over Qasim.
Here we go. Here go another one. Oh ya Allah. We got a black one. We got a black Imam Mahdi.
We got one. It's about time. It's about time we had some representation. This
guy definitely African over here. Line his ass off.
Believe about the end of time. They say somebody's going to come and his name is going to be Mahdi, the Mahdi.
Yeah. Do you believe you are the Mahdi?
That's what I was going to say to you, but I don't want to say that I am, brother. I will be.
Sound familiar? Muhammad Qasim Dreamers? I don't want to really say it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, but
I'm
like.
Whoa! He said
raising the dead. I'm not joking to you.
You'll be raising the dead.
I'll be raising the dead. I'll be bringing people back to life.
We've got a description of the Mahdi.
I know.
Is your name Muhammad?
No.
Is your father's name Abdullah?
No.
Do you speak Arabic?
No, I would love to.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, has told us he will be such and such from this place and like this. So if a Muslim, as Muslims, don't accept you as the Mahdi, don't take it personal.
That was awful nice of him. I would have said something completely different. I'm like, maybe
he cooked him. He couldn't say anything. He got cooked.
We got this guy. Okay, let me share this one.
So this is just a compilation of Mahdis and Sultans and wizards of Oz, I guess.
This one, he's young. This one's claiming he's young.
I am the Imam al-Mahdi. Believe me.
I
am the Imam al-Mahdi.
Poor kid. He's probably just playing games. Oh my God. Young cult leader in the making.
I have to say, listen, bro. He's
not
white or black.
We can't show all the Mahdis without putting the one ball up there.
Oh, we're gonna get there. Whoa.
Nah. So when he said when Allah's gonna rectify him in one night,
I ask you paradise for my father Rashid Mansour Rafdan and my mother Hayya Ibrahim al-Humaysan. Good morning.
It's not the Mahdi.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Sorry, you are not the Mahdi.
You are not going to be my fake Imam Mahdi, all right?
Wait, can we at least? I mean, is Imam Mahdi going to be in shape? We gotta
he's gonna be the leader of the military. He's gonna be a general. He's gonna yeah. So I am expecting him to at least be fit to fight.
Right. So any of these chunky creatures that are displayed, no, disqualifying them immediately. Let's get that on the table, man.
Here goes your boy.
तो कुछ दिनों पहले ही पाकिस्तान के एक शख्स ने इमाम महदी होने का दावा किया है क्लीन शेफ और गैर इस्लामी हुलिये का ये शख्स कौन है क्या वाकई ये शख्स
There's no way the Imam Mahdi is going to be like suffering from sleep deprivation,
apnea, insomnia,
shadow.
Come on, man. Like, he didn't have enough energy to well, according to one of his top reps, he's very lazy and very unmotivated.
Yeah.
You can actually see this in just looking at him. Like, I wouldn't pay him to mow my lawn. Like, he's not gonna finish.
This man seems very aloof, and also bruh, you didn't have the energy, or whatever the hell you said, to talk to us. But then a day later, this Negro had a freaking 1 hour interview, talk to himself. It's like, bro, y'all are so unserious, bro.
Get this man a Red Bull, a 5 hour energy, something. He's like,
well, all those dreams, man, all those dreams.
Did you see the video where he was they staged this job, man. They had him leading Salat. They tried to put him up front.
That was so cringy.
He had a goofy he looking at that joint
he was like, "What is this?
What is this, yo?"
Y'all got that video?
Oh man, it's got to be in the room somewhere. But this actually annoyed me because whenever I see, just because we're American, of course we love all Muslims, while all Muslims be protected from this misguidance. But then when you see Americans, especially African Americans, falling for this stuff, it kind of hits home. So this video kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salat. Right now, as you guys can see, I'm in the Kaaba. As you guys know, and you guys watched my testimony on Brother Qasim's channel.
Oh yeah,
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me a dream. And I shared some of it on Brother Qasim's channel, but I left the key component thing in that dream. The dream I was shown is about this brother called Muhammad Qasim. Is coming out of Pakistan. And now, as you guys can see, man, Allah guides me once. And a year later, I'm in the Kaaba. SubhanAllah, he'd been seeing Allah and Prophet Muhammad in his dream. I wanted to make an announcement,
Whoa, whoops.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, my bad.
My name is Salat. Right now, as you guys can see, I'm in the Kaaba. As you guys know, and you guys watched my testimony on Brother Qasim's channel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me a dream. And I shared some of it on Brother Qasim's channel, but I left the key component thing in that dream. The dream I was shown is about this brother called Muhammad Qasim. Is coming out of Pakistan. And now, as you guys can see, man, Allah guides me once. And a year later, I'm in the Kaaba. SubhanAllah, he'd been seeing Allah and Prophet Muhammad in his dream. I wanted to make an announcement, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me a dream about a year ago. And in that dream, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me that Brother Qasim, I went to scholars. Wallah, I wouldn't lie. I'm in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right now. I wouldn't lie to anybody, man. Allah, strike me right now if I'm lying. Wallahi, I'm not, And I'm telling you a dream I've seen. And everybody around Brother Qasim have seen similar dreams. I'm not the only one. Everybody around him. And in his dream, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me that Brother Qasim is the Mahdi. It sounds crazy, I'm announcing it to the whole Muslim Ummah that Brother Qasim is the Mahdi. And as you guys need to understand, you guys do your research. If I'm lying, man, Allah strike me. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
So
just real quick for this brother, listen. I know you don't take it as racism, but whatever Muhammad Qasim promotes you on his channel, it's American rapper. so
that's the American rapper.
Yeah, that's the American rapper guy. They never call you just Muslim guys, it's just American rapper. And then in your documentary interview thing you had on his channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You claim to have followed Muhammad Qasim's dreams since you were 17 years old, right? And then after that became a rapper and did all the haram stuff after that, all right? And it came back later, to become you followed his dreams beforehand, went to have the rapper lifestyle, and then after, you know what? I was wrong. He didn't guide you before that? Before you decided to do all the haram stuff? Really?
Well, I mean, is Allah talking to everybody in their dreams that, Allah's talking to him now? Allah's talking to everybody? Allah came and told me. He's how? I mean, come on. Just think about it. Allah is talking to all of y'all now?
Then Allah told Muhammad Qasim allegedly that he's the Mahdi or whatever. Then Allah told you just a rando. I mean, what's the point of telling you? Nobody's even listening to you, bro. I mean, no one is gonna be like, oh wow, you said it. Okay, now we believe it. No one. That's why you're doing all this, man. I wouldn't lie, and may Allah strike me down. And look, I'm about to copy. You're doing all this because you know you're not even trustworthy. No one's gonna actually believe you. You don't need to do that. If you're just someone who has a trustworthy background and you have a certain sort of character, you just say, yeah, I saw this or whatever. People are like, wow, he's a truthful dude. You know you're lying. You know that you're not believable. That's why you're doing all that. Get out of here, man.
Yeah. The last one we have is he's actually my top candidate. He's the OG. He's unforgettable. Like if he's the best. I'm sorry. He's
If I'm gonna pick one, because all of them is lying, but at least this one I'll be laughing at the most. At least he'll keep me laughing.
This is Muhammad Qasim. You ain't got none on him. I'm sorry, because he came right out to the whole world.
So we'll start from the front and rotate in his fashion. So we will have the first question from the front mic.
Whoa. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sir, I want to reveal you some truth for which Allah has sent me. Because the topic was going about Hazrat Isa,
background.
and everybody knows that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is going to come back. I myself want to reveal something, that I myself is Imam Mahdi, and I am giving you the good news of the arrival of the Jesus Christ. Be peace upon him.
You are the Mahdi?
I am.
Go back. Go back. The dude behind him was acting like, what? Yo, what is going on? What is going on right now?
Oh my
you told me that she was like, you told me you were just gonna ask a simple question. All right, you were gonna say this. He was like, bro, I don't know you like that for real, man.
Wow. The boy behind him is like, what the heck?
Like, what is when it hits him. When it hits him, it's just classic. I just do it.
And I am giving you the good news of the arrival of the Jesus Christ.
He's like, bro, this is not what we talking about, fam. What is this?
Hey, yo. I would love for the Muhammad Qasim supporters right now to tell me why this Pakistani is different from the Pakistani that claim to be the Mahdi. What's the difference? What's the difference between the two? I would say even this one got a beard. So I mean, I'm like, he gets 1 point up.
But hold up, but we still talking about he's automatically disqualified. He's not even in shape. He's not even in battle shape.
But you know what? Muhammad Qasim ain't either. Just being skinny and a string bean ain't in shape either. So
I got this one in a fight. I'm sorry, my money's on
I'm taking him. If I need a general, if I'm saying okay, who's gonna be a general? Look at the command, the way he commands the mic. He got more charisma than Muhammad Qasim. Straight up.
Yeah.
He's a leader. This man's a leader.
As we go, they challenge him, and he's ready for the challenge. He's ready.
He did.
Upon him.
You are the Mahdi?
I'm just don't laugh at me, because I'm the Allah's message which I have taken. And
look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Like, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
Muhammad Qasim could never. He would wilt under this type of pressure. He in a room full of people, you know, and he's standing his ground. Hey, listen, man, give me credit. Give me his flowers.
And Allah has told me that you to have to go and tell, because this is the high time. This is the high time.
Look, just for the Muhammad Qasim listeners, Allah told him to go tell everybody. It's all the same. It's the same scam. Y'all got. I mean, come on. It's the same scam over and over and over.
What a surprise.
We are not doing what we are ordered to.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind. Imam Mahdi is going to speak Arabic, as you know.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم Maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdina siratal mustaqim.
Brother, this is not enough. Every one of us.
Yo, he said your Caucasians are enough, man. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
This is not enough.
Look at him. He's like, bro, what? I'm not sure I had this side for real.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Look at the dude in the back looking like Mubarak. Yeah.
This is so funny.
Oh, I know Ice Cube is there too. Oh shit.
Yo, I got wait, don't move. I got to screenshot this job, man. I got to screenshot this.
Oh yeah, Allah.
Oh man, I don't even know how to do it. Okay, go ahead, man.
Every one of us, even the person who's
Allah chooses
as American as it could be, who accepted Islam yesterday, and he knows how to recite the Quran, could recite what we recite.
Question challenge for Muhammad Qasim. Can you recite the Fatiha better than him? I'm going to put money on that. He can't. I mean, he might not even know how to make salat. I bet he might just know the positions, maybe, right? Because he makes it less than one time. You don't make salat that often, you're going to forget some things. So I'd like to hear Muhammad Qasim recite some Quran.
Yeah, why didn't?
But I'm going to tell you something.
Why didn't this dude at least be like just practice little basic, some basic like Arabic phrases? You know, it's me, Muhammad ibn Abdullah. You know,
right.
And I'm Mahdi. Something. I mean, he should have had at least a few little sentences or something.
Yeah, a few go-tos. This is just embarrassing.
You go with the fact that was a little weak.
When I was in the U.S., I had a similar call. Was surprisingly also from another Mahdi, but he was American. So he told me that I'm the Mahdi. So I asked him the same question. I told him, brother, do you speak Arabic? Mahdi is going to speak Arabic. He said, fortunately, no. So brother, please, if you don't mind, I think the question that I asked you was enough. And to be honest with you, as to just save faces, there is no need for more embarrassment. So if you don't mind, you can have a seat.
I would like to tell you one more thing, because it's a big thing. That, hello, you are not listening to me?
This is question and answer time. The only reason why I let it go on a little bit longer is because I wanted to see what would happen.
I have not come here to just...
Please, if anyone does have a question.
Poor guy.
So I would love, that's what we should have done. When we had them Muhammad Qasim supporters on, we should have just played this dude and be like, why your dude the Mahdi and this dude ain't?
Exactly.
Why? What's the difference?
Because we believe in him, that's why.
Honestly, that whole clip of the Mahdis and the Sultans and the fairies and all that stuff, that was rich. Save the best for last. I forgot all about that clip.
Yeah, he's the OG. He's the original.
Yeah, he's OG for sure.
And it's really, I mean, we're joking about this and we're trying to make light of this just so people that actually do believe in this stuff can see that this is not anything new or unique. There's nothing special about this. These people that are making these claims to be, whether it's sultans, whether it's Mahdis, whether it's Allah walking on earth, whether it's whatever their claim is. The bottom line is this stuff has nothing to do with Islam. They're using concepts from Islam to basically defraud the people. And it's really sad. It's really, 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 really sad. And you'll see that even these Muhammad Qasim people, that we did get a sense of sincerity from those low level followers that we had on the show, right? We didn't talk much to the guy from Pakistan who seems to be someone that maybe higher up on the chain or whatever. But you'll see that their actions actually aren't sincere, because as soon as they realized that they were getting pushed back from us on the show, and that we didn't want to talk about exactly what they wanted to talk about, they're like, yeah, we're not coming back on the show again.
Never again.
You guys can come. We just want to talk about hadiths about the Mahdi. That's all we want to talk about. They didn't want to talk about anything else. When we reached out to one of their top guys from Australia or whatever and said we want to, we had a whole meeting and we're like, we want to talk to Muhammad Qasim himself. Oh, Muhammad Qasim, this is what he says about who. There's Mubarak, maybe you can help me with this. There's an ayat in the Quran where Allah says, like, basically, He chooses He chooses the best of messengers to deliver the message, right? Like, who He chooses is like, I forget the exact words, but basically, like, He's not going to choose the wrong person for the job, right? And you look at Muhammad Qasim, and this guy says, yeah, Muhammad Qasim, he's very lazy. He's not motivated to do anything. We have to like force him to do anything. He doesn't even want to leave the house. Like, he didn't even want to like go pick up his own food. And this, so you're telling me Allah for the last 20 something years has been giving a message, commanding someone that is lazy, unmotivated to deliver his message. Which
doesn't even look forward to the sleeping. Remember, he said he didn't want to sleep. So you don't even want to look forward to getting these revelations from your creator. You're that lazy?
I mean, I'll be sleeping all day. I'll be happy to go to sleep. Maybe I might have another dream. Maybe I mean, you literally. I mean that in and of itself should tell you he's a liar. Yes, that should tell you he's a liar. You know, because no one is going to be able to have and the point where he said that Allah told him that he was going to extend Qiyamah so that he could find a girl or whatever. I mean, how you not trying to go to sleep? I mean, I'm like, I mean, he obviously still does not have that girl that Allah is extending Qiyamah for. He still can't get her.
This man Qasim has no game, guarantee you. But because listen, the risk he's doing, he got no game. Hey, listen, girl, I'm the Mahdi for real. You know.
Why you still didn't get the girl? Allah is helping you, and you didn't get the girl.
Allah and the Prophet Muhammad helping you, and you're like, bruh, no game. Like you are for real, bro.
Like, isn't the hadith how the Sahabas would like? They'd have to prevent themselves from staring at Prophet Muhammad because he was just like so they just like they wanted to just look at him.
Yeah, they had so much reverence for him.
But like they like because he was like beautiful. They compare him to the moon, and like his face was so bright. Like, and he's allegedly just going to sleep and seeing being around Prophet Muhammad. Well, actually, he never saw him, according to him. Never saw him, but we would give anything to be around Prophet Muhammad. We have like you have to ever have those like what if you can go back in time and hang out with any person, who would it be? Every Muslim says Prophet Muhammad. So, you supposedly are getting visited by him every night when you dream, and you're like, I don't want to go to sleep.
Right.
I mean, and the thing is, I'll just say this real quick. I had a dream. I saw Rasulullah in a dream when I was a teenager, I believe. And to this day, I have in my mind, if I ever see him again, this is what, because when I was a teenager, I was just like, oh wow, that's him, and he was walking, and he, and I actually didn't get a good look at his face. It felt like a side view, and like known that it was him, but I was like, right now, I'm going around in front. I'm like,
right,
I'm squaring up with him, and I'm gonna ask him questions. I know exactly what I'm gonna say. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm waiting for it. Like, if it happens, I'm coming into action. So how you have a dream if you know? Man, not only have I had a dream, and Rasulullah has talked to me before, has talked to me, because in my dream, he didn't say nothing to me. I just saw him, right? And so, but now I have a full plan of what I'm going to do. How you having dreams allegedly about him, but you're like, I don't really want to. No, man, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Yo, I just thought about something too. So wait. You're getting spoken to by Allah, the creator. Like so you're not seeing him, but so what is the law doing? Is he speaking to you in like some James Earl Jones voice, like some Mufasa from Lion King voice? Wait, how
Urdu.
No, I'm serious. Like, okay, so basically in your dream, is it just some blackness and then some voice comes from
he basically describes it how the hadiths describe when Rasulullah had Mi'raj. He talks about it being light. He talks about Allah being up on his throne, right? And how Allah doesn't really speak to him with sound. Like, he has this descriptions of how Allah talks to him, right? And like even like
he didn't see Allah. He didn't see Allah.
He just sees light. Yeah, he never claims he doesn't claim to see Allah, and he says he doesn't even claim to have seen Rasulullah. He says he never looked at him. He just knows it's him.
How?
That's it.
Okay, now, let me just interject something in here. So we know that the hadith about Rasulullah when he received wahi, how heavy it was. It was Aisha radiallahu anha talked about how he would be sweating. One of the Sahabas talked about how he was reclining on their leg or something like that, like he was either leaning up against them or something, where his body was up against theirs. And when the Wahi came, he became so heavy. He said he thought my leg was gonna break. Like he said, it was so heavy. This dude, you think you're talking to Allah? This is not why Allah talking to you. Like when Allah talked to Musa alayhi salam, right? There's a burning bush. There's a whole situation that happened to set that up, so that you're just a rando, just having a dream. And you're talking to Allah,
and you have the capacity to be able to withstand all of that. You can deal with Allah's light. You, rando, can deal with Allah's light. Oh, I seen it was just light, and he was up on his throne. Are you? This is ridiculous, man.
Get out of here, man.
We'll put in there if anybody has any questions. We're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. If you have any questions, type them in the chat, or if you want to come on real quick to ask the question, go ahead and click the link. But if we don't get any responses, we're going to be closing out in a few minutes.
So someone asked that if we can do a quick recap of all the Mahdis and Sultans before the show ends. Like I don't know if they're talking about just the ones that we laid out here. Or if like the ones in history, there's so many. I mean, there are
thousands. Yeah. I could
go on more of them. If you just go on, it's really easy. Go on whatever Google, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, and just type in 6th Sultan of Fakr, Faqr, or 7th Sultan of Fakr, and you'll get a laundry list of people to click on of all those three sources. Same thing with the Mahdi. Right, you'll find there's other people that have done their own compilation videos of people claiming to be the Mahdi, and this is just in the video internet era. We're not even talking about like well-known cases of people taking over the Kaaba and other situations. Like it's very well known. There's so many. We could never do a complete compilation because it's just so many. In TMOA, the cult that we were from, I told the story about the individual when I was driving him, giving him a ride to work or wherever I was going to ride to. God. In the back seat, he's like, you know what? I'm the Mahdi. Like this happens all the time. Like it's not anything new. And just because someone comes with a better story, they know a little bit more about the hadiths and how to manipulate them and twist them to their own, it doesn't change the fact that these people are all false. It's all fake.
Give me $1 million, I'll be the Mahdi for a month. Give me $1 million. I'm about to throw my hat in the daggone pot, like for real.
And I wanted to mention this real quick because there's a strange connection with these Muhammad Qasim cult guys. They keep trying to pass these fake people off as scholars, right? So they have this video of these Indonesian guys, they're claiming that they're scholars, right? But they're clearly from the Tablighi Jamaat. Okay, we know that the Tablighi Jamaat, Qadianis, and these groups like this are actually funded by like British sources, basically non-Muslims, because they want to water down Islam, right? And it's interesting that Mubarak Jilani, when he came to America, he also came over here on a Tablighi Jamaat. He was funded by the Tablighi Jamaat to come to America to give dawah, and we know what happened over the next 40 years. So it's very interesting that these people, and then it makes you question, like, okay, wait, how are they producing all these professional videos? How do they have all these all these different it's a real interesting coincidence that there's always some kind of connection to these groups that are funded by agencies to actually like water down and basically destroy Islam. Very interesting.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just wanted like for whichever one of these sultans is your sultan. We listed about 10 of them, whatever, and there's plenty more. Whichever one is your guy, whichever Mahdi is your Mahdi, whether it's the guy we showed last, the OG of the Mahdis, or Muhammad Qasim, the newest and most advanced with his followers or whatever. But the point is, you have to ask yourself, and if you automatically go to that'll never happen, or you can't answer it, or you don't even want to think about it, then there's a problem. But if you can ask yourself this question, okay, at what point, what type of claim could your leader make to where you say, okay, that's it. Okay, now I don't believe. What level can they go to? Because what happens is these people keep making more and more and more high-level outlandish claims, and what happens is you get drug along. At first, they say they start small. Before you know it, they're saying they're talking to Allah, and they drug you along to this point. So you have to ask yourself right now, what is it that Muhammad Qasim or Nur Jalani or whoever the rest of these dudes can say or do to where you'll say, okay, that's it. Now I know it's not. Now I know or not didn't get. What point is going to be? You have to know exactly what is in your mind, because chances are it's going to get there. The way things work is they have to keep escalating. They're never going to just stay somewhere. Jalani came and he was just, he was trying to do jihad, he was just trying to do something. Then it elevated to the point where he's going to the court, to the home, all these.
Your audio is messing up a little bit.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is, ask yourself, at what point, at what level is enough? Where's the line for you to say, okay, now I know Muhammad Qasim. Now I know he's not the Mahdi. Yeah. What can he do? What is it? Does he have to just die? Is that the only way you? Okay, well, yeah. He got robbed. He got mugged. In fact, he got carjacked and got ran over, or whatever. Or he just died in his bed, or he went to jail and died in jail, or he just came out one day and was like, I'm not the Mahdi. Is that what it's going to take? I mean, there has to be some level based on Islam where you can say, okay, he's not it, And I don't think any of these people are even prepared. They're just like, well, we're just going to keep running forever. But that's a recipe for you to wind up, Allah forbid, just anywhere. You have to have, Islam has boundaries and limits. Allah has his limitations. Yeah. The hudud Allah is there for a reason. You can't just have anything goes. I found my guy and I'm following to the end. Only do that for Allah and his messenger. That's it. This same question could be posed to TMOA followers as well. At what point are you guys going to say enough is enough with the milkshaker that's leading y'all? Like, real talk. What does she have to do for you guys to be like, okay, it's over. She's not that woman, blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all just going to let this thing run on and on and on. We thought it would have made sense that a lot of y'all would have come to y'all senses after Mubarak Galani appointed her. Anyway,
I'm gonna set it for TMOA people. Here is the point where you should be like, enough is enough. Okay, here's the point. When she starts doing prima nocta on your males before they get married, at that point, you guys all should be like, yeah, it's gone a little too far. But you know what? But you know what? I will bet you they will still do it. Listen, so one thing about these cults, and I'm gonna try to make this quick. This crossed my mind earlier today. One thing about these cults is they produce a certain type of man. You really would you'll have some of those fake bravado, some of those fake tough guys, or you'll have some people who are but it actually distills out and weeds out any of the real, like, manly, masculine qualities and traits, and that type of it takes it out of you. It sucks it out of you. So even if, first of all, not just if you have a female leader, but what the cult does is, first of all, it gets you to put someone up on this high pedestal. This is my Rashid, I'll die for him. I have friends, they'll kill their own mother, they'll do whatever, and put someone on a high pedestal where they don't belong. One thing about men is we'll give you credit, but we're not comfortable with overpraising nobody. Like, we're not cool with that. Like, we're not slobbering over another man. Sorry, we're not doing that.
That's fact.
So when you have people that are just over the top, fall over themselves, humiliate themselves for another man, that takes out the masculinity out of the whole group. The whole group is down with just being a kind of the word cup comes to mind with these people, because it's like, they just have that, it's taken out of them. So now look at what's happened. It took that manly, masculine, like, really traits out of them. And now that's where you can insert a woman, and they don't say nothing. They don't do nothing. They fall right in line. A woman can be their leader, and it's because they don't have that masculine energy with them. And they don't even realize it.
Speaking of which,
what's interesting? Or go ahead.
Speaking of which, I mean, I'm just going to say it right here on air. When we're talking about masculinity, I have a mind to actually drive up onto Red House's land. And I'm just making it clear right now. I'm going to do that because I have no respect or regard for any of the fake SpongeBob SquarePants muscles fake men that's over there. I do not respect any of them. I do not fear any of them. I'm driving directly up there, and I'm going to take some video footage, per what we was discussing. So I'm just putting it out there right now. So y'all better put some locks on the gate. Actually, I'm just going to just jump the fence. I mean, that's literally what I'm going to do. Put it out there.
You know what's interesting is that when Mubarak Jelani was alive, we were coming at the men, because certain women would be on their statuses. They're on their statuses saying some crazy stuff. You have women putting their heads between his legs as they're getting patted on, just doing his hair and nails. And it's we're asking how could you let your wife go and do this as a man, right? And now we have this exact opposite thing going where you have the one guy on there oh, I love my shaker so much. I love her. And it's women, how are you looking at your husband openly fawning over your shaker?
Basically, because you're so over the top with that. So basically, if she commands you to do anything, you'll do it. And so this is a kind of older dude. I mean, I know he's older than we are. I believe. I'm pretty sure he's older than we are.
Drug out in the streets and bullwhipped.
Yeah. So when you take a person like this, we talk about this, and then look in the comments, of y'all's favorite video. They got old boy talking about, oh my goodness, you made my day better. This is what you got. Look at what you got from the young to the old. You got people that literally have zero masculine energy whatsoever. I mean, none. It's all gone, and they don't even realize it.
You know how they are? So if anybody has any friends or family that be on social media, that we all have them, that women that they post stuff that they probably shouldn't post, right? Then there's always some African dude.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah, sister.
He's
tabarakallah, sister, right? Right. This is these dudes. This is what they are, because they don't have enough courage to just go shoot your shot. Call her up and be yo, I'm interested in you. What's up? Instead of sister, mashallah.
Yo, I think more shots have been shot on this show than all of these.
Right. That's fact.
Oh my God.
I mean, but seriously, and that's why I'll just say this, and that's why I think that some of the content that we're trying to come out with, in the future, really is to help these people to help everyone. We're not perfect, but to really get back to, man, what is not this red pill mess and that thing is not trying to be an alpha male, whatever. It's about being a man and really breaking down from the base level to the high levels about what it really is about. It's not about you necessarily just talking the talk. There has to be some actual production there, some actual way that you live and carry yourself. You have to have a boundary, you have to have a limit to what you can accept and deal with and just wallow in as a man. Mm-hmm. Men, the difference between men, and listen, women are wonderful. We can't live without them. We need them. But the difference between men and women is men are they are the reactors, and they're the people who push the envelope. They're the ones who set the tone. They're the ones who make the changes. They're the ones who set things right if they're wrong. Men, you're not going to have too many men who have a certain amount of manliness to them that are going to sit around in a situation that's not right for too long. They're just not going to do it. And so if that happens, that means there's definitely some deficiencies there, if there's any masculinity or manliness there at all whatsoever. So we're going to be coming out with some content that's going to hopefully help with that, and really break it down for the people, because a lot of people don't know. Some of these people are following in the footsteps of their people who came before, who are still, basically spineless males in these, and even in the, if you look in these other cults, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yep. There are people, men, who are overly praising some random dude. They themselves know that they're probably better than them. You're probably better, stronger, whatever man in every category than this person you're fake praising or whatever, trying to get clapped off another man. I mean, it's like I can go on forever, but the point is that it's coming, inshallah. We're gonna help you out.
To kind of wrap it up, so there was no more questions. Again, you can email us at email r2f@gmail.com, or you can contact us on WhatsApp. As Mubarak has alluded to, we're going to be coming up with some new content dealing with Muslim men issues, relationship issues, manhood issues, these types of things. So look forward to that. We probably will be tailing off some of our cult content and just maybe come out with stuff more specific when we identify specific cult topics that we want to talk about. Again, the offers out there for anybody that wants to come on the platform and help out with our initiatives as far as helping people get back on the straight path of Islam. If you want to participate in the new content we're going to come out with, contact us. We're open for that. There's plenty of work for people to do. And just I'll kind of end on this, and Amr can kind of close us out after this, is that I was thinking that if we had a quarter of the work effort, or the effort that the people that support Muhammad Qasim did, we'd be able to do so much. And I truly believe that they probably even have about the same amount of people in their group of their Muhammad Qasim cult that we probably have in R2F.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is that they are working very hard to promote its faults.
Yep.
Working very hard. But we constantly have been putting out to people to not just, come, listen, support. Like, even that little bit, we get a very few that actually do it. Want people to share our videos, make their own content, come up, research. We have openings for any type of thing you want to do to contribute. We have an opening for it, and we'll take whatever you want to do to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
And it still always falls down to a handful of people. And yes, we do appreciate y'all, handful. We do appreciate it very much so. But more is needed. And what's going to happen is eventually we're going to move on to other stuff. And then you same people who do not help are going to complain. But this is our pre-warning that instead of complaining, step up and do something. Because everything changes, everything progresses. R2F is no different than anything else. We will not be stuck on the same topics over and over, speaking about the same dead horse that's been dead for, a long time. And we will move on. But we will always be here for people that want to reach out to us, that want information, that need help transitioning. Contact us directly. Look at our past videos. It'll always be up, inshallah, unless we get hacked by Muhammad Qasim's very strong AI internet interwebs. But yeah, step up, everybody. Step up. Again, there's a lot of room. So go ahead, Amr.
All right. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. السلام عليكم.
Walaikum salam.
Breaking news. That guy. Breaking news.
The Mahdi is in Pakistan.
The Mahdi is in Pakistan.
I repeat.
The Mahdi is in Pakistan.
Yes, dreams too. This
definitely in Pakistan. All
in Pakistan. Everyone, listen. Every Arab who was a Sayyid from the Abbasids just migrated to Pakistan. Every single one of them.
It is. Pakistan, y'all.